Today, we're diving into one of the most iconic barbecue challenges, the smoked brisket. And not just any brisket, we've got our hands on an 18.78-pound Wagyu brisket, and we're going to show you how to take it from this beautiful cut of meat to a perfectly smoked masterpiece. This Wagyu is already a work of art, but even the best cuts need a little love. So we're starting with a quick rinse and then moving on to trimming. With a brisket like this, we don't need to do much, just a light trim to smooth out the edges and make it aerodynamic for a nice, even cook. Let's talk seasoning. First up is black pepper, and there's a reason we start with the pepper. Pepper is coarse, so applying it first helps it spread evenly across the brisket's surface. Now, we follow up with the salt. There is a reason we are adding the salt second. Salt tends to pull moisture to the surface of the meat. If you apply it first, it might create a slightly wet layer on the brisket, which can cause the black pepper to stick unevenly or clump. Doing it this way ensures that you will get a nice even layer of seasoning. Here's where we add a little something extra. Bearded Butcher's Original Blend. Now, this part is optional, but it's how we like to do it. This seasoning is packed with bold flavors and really brings the brisket to life. Make sure to hit every part of the brisket, especially the edges. Flip it over, repeat the process, and make sure it's evenly coated. This blend, along with our pepper and salt, is going to create the perfect balance of flavor. Now that we've gotten her all seasoned up, it's time to take her outside to the grill. Meet Olivia, our trusty Yoder 640 pellet grill. She's the backbone of our barbecue adventure, and she's ready to work her magic on this brisket. We've set Olivia to 250 degrees, a solid temperature range for smoking brisket. Depending on your smoker, you'll want to keep it between 225 and 250 degrees for that nice, slow cook. We want the meat to reach an internal temperature of 208 degrees when it's done cooking. Now, it's time to get our brisket into Olivia. You want to always put your fat cap of the meat facing the hottest area of your smoker. For my smoker, the hottest area tends to be the top right, so I usually put fat side up and put it all the way to the right. However, for other smokers, your hottest area may be the bottom, so that's where knowing your smoker comes in handy. Now we're going to close her up and let Olivia do her thing. 10 hours later, in the middle of the night, we're checking on the brisket. The bark's looking perfect. It's got that deep color we're after. Time to wrap it in butcher's paper. This step helps take the direct heat off the meat while still allowing it to cook low and slow. Wrapping it in butcher's paper helps retain moisture while preventing the brisket from getting too dark. Now that she's all wrapped up, let's put her back in Olivia for another 8 hours. Good night, Olivia. All right, folks, the moment we've all been waiting for is finally here. After 8 hours of low and slow goodness, it's time to reveal our masterpiece. Look at that gorgeous bark. This morning, we let it rest in a Cambro cooler for 4 hours. The meat requires a bit of time for all those hot juices to cool down and reabsorb into it. At least 2 hours, but I prefer longer. If you do not rest your cook, when you cut into the meat, all of the juices will run out, leaving behind a dry brisket. Look at that stunning texture. The juiciness and tenderness are exactly what we aim for. This brisket is a true labor of love, and we can't wait for you to try it yourself. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more delicious barbecue content like this, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. Join our barbecue family for tips, tricks, and mouth-watering recipes. Thanks for watching and happy smoking.